In this video, we're going to be talking about grade and step increases within the federal government. You're not going to want to miss this one. Before we get started, you could help out by liking this video to help with the YouTube algorithm. Also subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you can be notified of all the new videos that are uploaded, and share with anyone that could use this information. For this video, we're going to cover grade increases first. So when you get selected for a position, the grade is already set, and you can see by the job announcement what the grade's going to be. So you can see that it's a GS9, or you can see that it's a GS5 through 12, or 11 through 12, 7, and so on. So once you're selected for a position, there's only two ways to get a grade increase. If you need help with the entire hiring process from start to finish, check out our book, Federal Hiring Advice, Your Guide to Government Jobs, available on Amazon. The link to purchase is in the description below. One is through a career ladder promotion. So on a job where there's multiple grades listed in the announcement, that 11 to 12 should be automatic after the first year, and that's going to be what's called a career ladder promotion. The other way to get a grade increase is through a promotion, but by applying to another position. So where this position may be a GS7, that's going to be the highest grade, and then once you're at that grade and you have your what's called time and grade for federal employees, you can go and start looking at the next grade level, which would be the GS9. So then you could look at this position, and then you would have a promotion from here to here, but then also career ladder progression all the way to the 13 on this type of position. Now, when you promote, your pay is set in a specific way. It's called the two-step promotion rule, and you're not allowed to negotiate at promotions or anything like that. What they'll do is they take your grade and your step, and then they move you out 2 steps and compare it to the next grade, and that's where your pay is set. So for instance, if you're a GS7 step 3, and I'm just using the base scale for a reference, GS7 step 3 is going to be 44,764. Let's say you get promoted to the GS8, they're going to go 1 step, 2 step, and see this dollar amount, 47562. Then they're going to come down to the 8 and see where that falls. So 47562 is in between these. You're not going to lose money, so you go to the next one. So you're going to be an 8 step 2. Now when it comes to step increases, there are a few different ways to get an extra step. So the first one is if it's your very first appointment, you're not already in the federal government, or you've worked for the government before and now you've come back with had a break in service, you can negotiate a higher step, or at least attempt to. It's never a guarantee, but you have that opportunity. And I'm not going to go into detail here, but I have a couple of videos on the channel that cover those salary negotiations. You can't negotiate your grade, but you can negotiate your step, and see if the facility's interested in allowing you to start at a higher step than just the step 1. So another way for step increases is just the normal within grade increase progression. So here on OPM, it has the waiting periods outlined. It's under policy, pay and leave, and pay administration. And what happens is it takes from step 1 to step 10, it takes 18 years to get all the way through. So the way it works is, if you scroll down, there's a table here, and it explains that step 1 to 2 is 52 weeks. That's 1 year. 2 to 3, also a year. 3 to 4, also a year. But when you cross from step 4 to step 5, it's 104 weeks, which is 2 years. So it's a 2-year wait between 4 and 5, 5 and 6, and 6 and 7. But then when you start going from 7 to 8, it's actually 3 years, 156 weeks. So 3 years from 7 to 8, 8 to 9, and then 9 to 10. And step 10 is the top step of any grade in the GS pay scale. So you can't go past that. Once you get to the step 10, there's no more step increases. It would only be cost of living adjustments at that point. And then one way to get a step increase outside of the normal within grade progression is through quality step increases. So quality step increases are step increases that are faster than normal, than the normal, the table that we just looked at. In order for you to be eligible for a quality step increase, you're going to need to be below the step 10. Again, that's the highest step of the grade, so you can't get any steps past that. You need to be rated at the highest rating available for your performance rating program. So performance rating is done on a fiscal year basis, and these quality step increases are actually done after the performance rating. So generally there's an opportunity for a performance award at the end of the fiscal year, the rating cycle, but most people aren't really aware that you could also ask for a quality step increase, and it still has to be approved by your supervisor and may have to go for additional approval. The only limitation is you can only get one per year. So if you got a quality step increase already in one year, you can't get a second one. And the cool part about quality step increases is they don't reset your waiting period. So if you're starting at a step 1 and you get a quality step to the step 2 within that first year, your time doesn't reset. So you're going to actually, at the time that you should be going to step 2, will be going to step 3. And just to recap everything, so this video we covered grade increases and step increases. So when you're selected and you get your tentative offer, your grade is set, and the grade is determined by the position description itself. So some positions only go up to certain grades, and the only way to exceed that grade would be to apply for another position that has that higher grade level. So when you're in a position, if it's a multiple grade position, then you can go up the career ladder progression, where every year you're going to be eligible for that grade increase, and then once you get to the top grade of that, then you'll start going through the step increase progression. And so the step increases, they are on a normal cycle. So 1 through 4 is a 1-year wait, 5 through 7 is a 2-year wait, and then 8 through 10 is a 3-year wait. You can attempt to negotiate your initial offer so that you would start in at a higher step than step 1, and then wherever you fall on the progression table is where your waiting period will start. So if you negotiate to a step 5, then your first step increase won't actually be for 2 years. So you'll have to wait 2 years to go from the 5 to the 6. And then if you are a high performer at the end of your rating cycle, you can also talk to your supervisor about a quality step increase so that you can get an additional step that year. You can only get one per year, but that'll help you move up the step increase progression more quickly, and a quality step increase does not reset your waiting period. So that's the nice part about it. So if you're in the early steps, you really could get 2 steps in the same year. Thank you for watching the video. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave them in the comments and I'll do my best to answer. If you need to work one-on-one, you can visit the website at www.federalhiringadvice.com and we can schedule a time to meet.